Say what? Right? So, now, as a beginner, you need to be receiving of information. You receive and you practice. Most people, they say practice makes perfect. I tend to differ. That is a lie. Practice makes permanent. As a result, the more you practice the wrong information, it becomes permanent. And once it's permanent, then you are arrogant. And once you're arrogant, you're unteachable. Because even if someone says, this can also be used in this particular way, and you just be like, it's always been this way, this is how I know it. Because you've been in the wrong information for so many times. That's why most people, they tend to say, I'm critic when I say trend lines don't work. And they really don't work. Because right now I can open a chart, say, keep drawing, you'll all draw your own houses. That's why I call them architectures. Architecture. So, now, the reason why I go against that form of education is because it's by default. There's no specification, there's no accuracy. So learning something that has no specifications, that has no accuracy, it puts you in a position whereby you don't have the right content. Typical example, you're starting off in trading, you just watch the 714 method. I can guarantee you have more chances of just going for to make money without losing, which proves what? You don't have to suffer. Most people, they're like, yeah, said, no, you don't have to suffer. Understand that. So people, they believe that in order for you, when you see that now you're on your path to win, then you should suffer. No, it's not like that. Take the right information, put it, apply it as given, you will see the results. But if you're going to backlash yourself and say, I should suffer more, I should lose more, you're just losing. You're just losing money, time, and please, I don't care how much money you got. Even if you have money, don't rush to fund account. Follow my steps, follow my procedure, eliminate most of the things. Why? Because right now you lack understanding. So you are starting off in basics. Starting my long get divorced young. So here's what it does. So you do have capital, minimum understanding. You just go into the account, you open an account. I think I got the 714. You fund an account, you over leverage, you don't follow the rules, and then you lose, you fund again, you lose, you fund again, you lose. What happened is you end up losing a lot of money in a short space of time, and then you fall back to the same trap that you were, and then you doubt the whole thing. It's practical. If I'm going to show you something and you do it for the whole week, that thing will register in your mind. It will be permanent in your mind. You'll be able to recognize it. You'll be able to see it. And one thing that I really appreciate about the 714 method is for lazy people. You don't have to do a lot. Yabo, ngayilalela usuku lonke, vuka emini, kwenze lokho. Yabo, njengami nje mina ngiyayilalela ke mina. Olwazi bazi, bafika ekseni bengene office basebenza ngiyilalela. Mangifika lapha shaya umholo wonyaka wonke on one trade. Yabo. Why? Because I understand what is it that I have to do. I don't have to stay on the charts all day being patient of what I don't know. And it's very challenging to go to the charts looking for what you don't know. Right? Another thing, this one is for women especially. Your market is not your man. I know. You try, you can cry, it won't move. You can try to shout at it, it won't do anything. Try to make it, manipulate it, try to make the market feel guilty. That's what you do to men, not the market. It doesn't take that. Yeah, but, so being emotional, it's just emotions. Emotions, they change. I mean, I don't know how women are. Women are loyal to their emotions, bro. Like, this thing is forever changing. Right now, we're happy. I'm saying I show something, man, Javela Sugaham. Yeah, bro? So, women, they have a challenge when it comes to forex trading because they are too loyal to their emotions. So they think that they should feel good about trading. They are motivated to start, but they have this mindset that every day they should feel good, it should make them. So when that doesn't happen, they break down. They break down easily. Seyakhala umuntu la. Yabo, asazela abana abafazi aba-trader. Meblowile njalo dliwe like. Yabo, but in terms of emotions, there is no advice for emotions. The only advice is the market will do what the market has to do. Whether you're in line or not in line, but the market will do what the market has to do. So eat your feelings, eat your emotions. They are useless in that space. Because what we're doing there, it's all technical, it's all logic. Logic, numbers, and words. It's just like that. And if you understand that, you put it into action. Listen to my conversation. I'm not saying you'll be millionaires. I'm not saying you'll be this and that. I'm not promising you anything. Because I want you to realize as you work, I have multi-millionaires students under the 714. People who've made the 714. People who are trading the 714. Many. Yeah, so you are in the right line. You will get it, but there's no due date. The most important thing is to fall in love with something, build passion, keep on trading, and then you sort out your bills. Okay? So, being emotional about the chart will not help. Now, you can have that dopamine when you are making profits, it feels good and all. Take that money, buy something, That's how I got to do things. When you make profits, it feels good. Withdraw. Don't take a screenshot. Because people are like, withdraw that profits. You need to experience it coming in your account. Then you can spend it on whatever you want. Even if it means you have to redeposit, because you have to see that this thing works. Because in most cases out there, you'll have someone telling you, hey, trade with this broker, fund your account. And then when it's time to make your withdrawal, they say, no, put another 1,000 or put 13% or 10% of that amount so you can get your money. So with the broker that I'm advising you to do, that's a broker that I trust. Even if you withdraw how much, you can still get it. Even if it's a meter. I know it's your future, but it's my past. So... Right, so that's a broker that I trust. I've been trading with since 2019, if not mistaken. So from the time I was losing, I was using the same broker. The reason why I stayed with XM is because I had this thing like, was it the broker or was it me? Because most people, when people are losing, like, it's this broke. And then you see those Golf 7 boys posting blue screenshots like, hey, that broker is giving away money. Let me just go there. You get there and then you blow. So with the 714 method, you can test it out on the broker that you are losing. Then you will see that it's the actual information you are practicing and applying that was not accurate. But after you put the application of the correct information, then you will start to see your result. And over time, you will cover your drawdowns, you will cover your losses, and you will make money, provided you follow the rules that I have. The rules that I have in the book. It's simple. It's not a lot of things. As I said, I'm a lazy guy. I wrote this book at my broke-even point, like where nothing seems to make sense. And then I was like, out of all these things that I know, what are the actual things that I've realized, that I've noticed that are actually working. And then I started off there. So as a trader, as I said, I wasn't just this big guy. Started off on survival mode. I'm a granny's boy, so I was staying with my grandmother. You know, you just trade to buy groceries, you just trade to have food, buy data around me. So after some time, I moved out to start my own life. When I moved to the cottage, I had to put the same thing into play. Make sure if I trade, make that little withdrawal. I buy rice with little withdrawal, I buy maize. So I kept buying these things. So that alone builds the habit of saying, if I make profits, I need to buy something with it, or I need to pay for something. You can't just buy a wild track cash without having to buy 10 kg of maize. You can't do that without having to buy bricks. You can't do that having to buy building material, you know. So spending habits, they build up as you get yourself used to doing things. Ngabona ivideo yanjena ku TikTok ethi uyazi mangabe ufuna ukwakha kuyasiza ukuthi uqale ngetoilet. I-toilet ungabuya ngazi ukuthi into elula. Alikho kini. No, ngangena ngapha nasemva kwendlaliko ngazi. So ukukhanda i-toilet, it may seem easy, but it's a hard thing. Because kumele umgodi, kumele uthenge ama-blocks, kumele uthenge inhlabathi, kumele uthenge usimende, kumele uthenge i-brick force, kumele uthenge i-mesh wire for i-floor, kumele uthenge i-damcos, khona uplastic ofakwa lapha phansi. Kumele uthenge musuphezulu, uthenge ama-frame, uthenge iwindi, uthenge iy'nketho, uthenge iy'pikili, uthenge i-waterproof paint, yabo, uthenge intambo kagesi, ufake iglobe, ufake iswitch. So uyabona ukuthi zonke lezo zinto usuke ungayiboni uma ungazazi. And ngiyazazi ngoba bengisebenza enkontrakini, yabo. So ngakho ngiyibala kanje. But that alone shows ukuthi if you want to do bigger things, build the habits of making things and building things. The reason why out of all the forex traders in South Africa, no one can come against me because everything that I do is evident. From the time I was building the house, I was showing everything, like step by step. I didn't just show up and say, guys, this is my house, you know. So from there, I would have received a lot of backlash saying, he's lying, it's a rented apartment or what. They were saying that. So I was like, okay. Yeah, at least I rent myself. So now, having to build something from ground, consistently going up, you get to the habit of spending, receiving, spending, receiving, spend, and you build the habits of making withdrawals. You build the habits of gratitude. You know, greediness is the biggest challenge because people are not grateful. You make 200 rand a day, you're like, Masha, I made 20K. Hey, I need more, I'm going in again. Yeah, we are competing and I'm manj. Computer nam. Computer no tisha wako. You know. So the only way to kill greediness is to be grateful. That's why even when it comes to these things of trading plans, I don't think those things are realistic. Yes, I do have a structure that I can give to you to show professionalism, but when you come to the real forex trading world, those things are unrealistic. Because the market, you never know exactly how it's going to move. You never know how much it's going to move. So with the 7-1-4 method, you are looking for this specific pattern on a day-to-day basis. That is what you're looking for every day. You know when to look for it, you know how it looks. So that eliminates a lot of problems. I had someone at the FMAS come to me and say, hey, Mr. Mashar, hey, I have a problem. The 7-1-4 method is working. Hey, but now I have psychological problems. I have psychological problems. Like, you need a doctor. I was like, no, but I'm struggling. Yeah. So my answer to him was, you think that you have psychological problems because you are focusing on so many things. But most importantly, When you focus on the strategy and the method of how you trade, automatically it eliminates all of these barriers. That's how fast drivers drive. You focus on the road, because once you look on the side and the car is speeding, it's off. Polo drivers will never have that experience. I'll be slowly polo. So now, if you want to kill anything in your life, this applies to anything. If you want to kill anything in your life, take away the attention. But if you want something to grow and germinate, you give it attention. For a fact, if I can insult you right now, and then when you just focus on him, so now you are focusing on the wrong thing. So now by doing that, you are shifting focus from what is important. So now you are shifting focus from what is important to what is not important. So attention is the feed of anything, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. So if you want something to disappear and never come back to bother you, you just don't give it attention. Just like, have the F off mind. Okay, it's a fuck off mind. Fuck off mindset. You know, when something is bothering you, just fuck off. That's it. Yeah, and that really helps, because you get to focus on the things that really matter now in terms of you as a trader. These things I'm talking about right now, it may not make sense, but along the way, as you start to being practical, then you'll be like, oh, now I see this thing, yes. So, where's the guy from Joburg? Imagine you have someone from Joburg. Atumuntu, now Mr. Yo. So it all comes to one point, like, how hungry are you? I mean, I'm full. So it comes to the question of how hungry, hey, how about now? So it comes to the question of how hungry are you? How much do you want this? Appetite. If you are hungry, you go for things, you go and get them. Life right here, because le access akekho umuntu ovumile. Kama lo muntu ngapha fry head, okay. Ngisendela imessage ku WhatsApp noma ku Telegram usho use fry head. Nya. So, umuntu ufuna ukuthi ngize ngifike ngakubo ukuze nakwazi. Imagine, I think we spoke live visual being say Cape Town, Joburg. It was like, I'm going to Olundi. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming there. Now, I'm like, why? I'm coming. Later, I think then I finish off the live I took my flight back. Mangifika nje endlini. Shama savana 2-3. Manje check tele. Niphuzana ngala. Iyabiza ngala. Awuniphuza black. So when I checked the messages in the evening, uthi saying so alone. I'm like, how? Hey, Lendot is serious ngempela. So I'm really happy, and this often happens on my seminars. You'll find that when you got to send word, there was a guy from Mpumalanga there, another guy from Joburg. Something said when there were people from. So in Joburg, I think that's where people are, and basically people they go to Joburg to look for better opportunities, better ways to make money. So even if someone say, man, I'm here, this thing is there. They go there because they really want it. So it's not a matter of saying, you should come to me, oh Lord, teach me Forex. You need to put in the work. Hey, lwazi lo mama umhambayo ungivala amehlo. I don't know what's happening. So now, hunger is the birth of most things, right? Because even when you check the hierarchy, what is on land, Maslow hierarchy of Pythagoras. It's not. Pythagoras ingena upon. Hey, yeah, but we rectangle kanje. The hierarchy of needs, right? When you look at the hierarchy of needs, basically, as a trader, first things first, you need to know where you are. Forget about this millionaire trader mindset. Forget about when you want to trade to be a millionaire. Focus on actual problems. What's your problem? How was it to trade look by a millionaire, whereas a rental, or rent? Yabo. Awazi ukutrade ukuthi ngifuna uba millionaire ungenawo umuzi. Awazi ukutrade ukuthi ngifuna ukuqala ibhizinisi ungenayo imoto. Yabo. So you need to start from ground. You trade if you hlala ekhaya uhlala nomama ne-olady, you know a situation kanjani. You're just trading to survive. It's survival mode. You trade for your basics, wazi ukuthi you are building your own independence. Awuhluphi umuntu, you're just focusing on your own craft. If you are working, you already have a certain lifestyle or pillar, right? So you already have expenses which are recurring. So as you are getting into trading, you are not trading to make millions. You are trading to cover those things, cover those running expenses that you can't barely wait or that your salary cannot cover or mitigate. So you're just trading for those things. And if you know the exact amount of those things, you divide that amount to the whole year, would say, to the whole month, would say, if I can make this amount every day, eventually the amount you'll make will differ. But in terms of your total debt that you have in a month, if you make profit, it will be able to be reduced. So you are trading to maintain yourself at that given point. And then after your maintenance has been sealed, now you are trading to grow. You're saving money now, stake it somewhere, to build a house, to pay off a bond, to pay off your finance cars. So that is how you should be thinking. And then the next level of debt, if you're someone maybe who's retired, you had money, now you're regretting, like a forex, just kidding. But so if you are someone who's actually retired, because most of the people who are retired, you'd find who's already they have a home, they have a car. So that person is not trading njengomuntu ohlala noma wakhe. Understand? Lo muntu is not trading with an intention of someone who's working, because they don't have any of this business here that is happening with I need to pay off this. And so that person is trading to maybe start a business, is trading to extend the house, is trading to buy another car, start another business, So they're in a better position. That's a person, and even after you've done all of those, then that's where now you've gotten all of these needs that you need. Then you start saving up your money. You save up your money up until you become a millionaire. I know some people would say, I prefer saving the money up until it's $1 million. But if you're going to save your money up until it reaches to $1 million and then you spend it all, you will build a lifetime, a life experience that you cannot consistently. Oh, God. You will build a lifestyle that you will not be able to maintain over a long period of time. For example, usunali million, right? And then you decide to build 500,000 or $500,000 house worth, right? Asinanda namakamera mangaki nani yokubhora leyo ndlu either way. So uyikhande leyo ndlu yakho. In 5 years time kumele ushintshe upende indlu yonke uzobe usuxebukile. Leyo ndlu leyo mangabe u500,000 upende walapho wendlu yonke mhlawumbe is about 80,000. So the question is, in the next 5 years, will you be able to have 5,000 ukushintsha le ndlu le, right? Angithi leyo uyayibhubhudla la, osiningi abhombali. Oh lokhu njani. Yabo. Thenga ama brutal fruits, thenga yini khona bakuthandayo ngaka lokho ngingavuleki ngezinye yini nakho lokho hlezi babazi umuntu istropes okay phuza wona muholile yabo. So now you save your money, because if you're going to have a lump sum of money, you receive it, you build this lifestyle, and then you cannot maintain it over time. And if you're gonna have a habit of building things consistently, uzokwazi keep it track. Okay, now this is how much I'm spending a month. This is how much this costs. Ukuthenga wild track, it's easy. You can buy it cash, but brake pads phambili kuphela, it's 12,000, and every 3 months you have to do that. Yabo. So if you have to change all four, you need to separate with 20,000+ overall. Petrol, diesel, ngalana. Yabo. So you need it budgets. Maybe cocaine insurance, ngala. In case a stepfather psychosis. Hell. So don't think in money in terms of spending and buying things, but think in terms of maintaining things. Maybe nibone uthi umuzwa wami ngwakhe location. Not ngoba afford, I could have bought indlu ekuma estate. But my estate, we don't own those houses. You are just renting. Even if you bought it cash and everything, you're still renting. Because mele ukhokhela ama-rates, mele ukhokhela municipality rate, makuthiwa kuzolungisa umgwaqo lapho kumele ube khona imali oyikhokhayo. Compulsory. Awukwazi ukuvela ushintshe. Makuthiwa kushintshwa ama-roof for that year, kumele uyikhiphe leyo mali. Makuthiwa it's 200,000, mele ukhiphe. Kushintshwe wonke ama-roof aleyo ndlu leyo, because it's part of township development project. Yabo. So when I was ukuthi ngifuna bengibone ngiyamove mina elokishini ngizophila kangcono, whereas you are bounding yourself more. And the worst part, if leyo ndlu ozoyithenga wena ngisho uyithengile iphupho lakho 2 million usushonile, hayi ngenzela ingane, ngenzela motivation yendlela ndako, ngenzela ingane usushonile wena. Sekuthiwa manje, in order for the house to be transferred under your name, ingane yakho must pay 15% of that actual amount cash, uzikwazi ukuthi indlu ibe transferred, right? Not ukuthi ama-transfer duties, ukuze indlu ikwazi ukuthi transfer. Kusakhona ama-transfer duties la, kusakhona imali efayela, kusakhona ama-follow-up meetings amele akhokhe wena urelaxile eboxini. Yabo. So these are actual realistic challenges abantu abangawabuki. So I'm saying to you, don't fall into this fake lifestyle. Those things, they vanish. And even if you buy a house in the estates, you can stay there, but every 100 years, the house go back to their own. Yeah, they may not take it away from your children, but from your children's children, it will go back. Ingane understand how yeah, and then they get evicted either way because they don't understand these things. So if you want to build a house in a place where you have control. Yeah, well, build a house where you have control, and you know this is where I am. Yeah, well, even if no like around in bangs or around. No, you can move from one township to another township. That's what I did. That's not where I grew up. That's not where I was staying when I was young. I moved to another township and then I bought a house and then changed everything. You can do that. But you don't have to stay with the people of Egypt because they will always undermine you. Yeah, because even right now, I've done so many things, but the people I went to school with, every time they see me like, I'm no longer that guy. I'm a millionaire now. Broke. Yeah, so now I'm just trying to have a picture in the sense of a detailed structure of where you're going. All of this that I'm doing here, this is the psychological work. I was always like traders on Instagram, so this alone will lower your expectations and be a realistic trader. ukuthi, oh, this is the real thing, this is what I work towards, this is what I want to do. Yabo, uyakwazi ukutrade imali yakho lokhu uyibeka, lokhu uyibeka. Kulo nyaka ngilokhu ngibala nje imali. Yabo, amantombazana ayithanda ukucelana imali, nabantu nje abacela imali. Hey, angiphi imali? Yabo, ngithe ngiyabuka le account sihleli la ku 300,000, ngithi imali engakabe ngiyiluzile this year. Thank you for watching this far. Make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section, you like the video and you share with your friends. But mostly, I would like you to join my community of the 714 method as we do our live trading everyday interaction whereby we get to ask and answer your questions. Right. So remember, we're also trading with XM, our trusted broker. Open an account under XM, use the code COPY714, which is whereby you will send an account number on our WhatsApp to prove that you have registered your account. And remember, XM will give you a 100% bonus when you make a deposit. So if it's your first time with XM, they will give you $30 worth of credit for you to trade and make money. The good thing is you are not alone. In the community, that's where we're gonna get more interaction and business market updates whereby we are all observing how the market is moving on a day-to-day basis. See you on the other side.